here, drill now. That is the word from critics slamming the president's energy claim that more drilling in the United States, he said yesterday, isn't going to ease the pain at the pump. According to AAA prices, they just keep rising. As you know, we're now paying an average of $3.89 for a gallon of regular. That's up 5 cents from where we were nationally just 1 week ago at $3.83. Look at those numbers, just moving on up. Last month, we saw the national average of $3.57 for regular, 31 cents higher than it was just then. Brand new hour starting on that happy note on a Friday morning of America's Newsroom. We're really glad that you're with us today, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum.
And I'm Bill Hemmer. Good morning. We'll try and make it better for you, right?
Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Martha. Is there any relief in sight? Critics say we should drill for more oil here at home rather than push unproven sources of energy, but the president claims that his administration is already making America more energy efficient.
We've added enough oil and gas pipeline to circle the entire earth and then some. I just visited one of those new pipelines in Oklahoma, and today I directed my administration to make sure that we cut the red tape in terms of reducing some of these bottlenecks. So the problem is not that we're not drilling or that we're not producing more oil. We are producing more oil than any time in the last 8 years. That's not the problem.
All right, so is that the problem or not the problem? As the president clearly stated yesterday. Bringing in Eric Bolling now, co-host of The Five, and has a long history, of course, working in the oil business and trading futures and oil. So, Eric.
Yeah, but Martha, also, I bought and sold gasoline. I bought and sold crude oil. I've taken delivery of oil and gas. I know all the ins and outs of the business. My problem here, Martha, you want to get to a question, I get it, but the three sound bites, the three things he just mentioned, none of them are true. I don't know if he, honestly, President Obama really needs better advisors from the Department of Energy. We haven't, under President Obama, laid more pipeline to circle the earth and then some under his administration. We're not drilling more oil now under his administration than we were over the last 8 years because of anything President Obama has done. Most of those are permits that were permitted during George Bush's administration. Please, and this 20%, 2% number they keep throwing around here, that we use 20% of the world's oil and only have 2% of the world's reserves.
Let's break it down a little bit, Eric.
Please,
All right, so let's look at this. Okay, he said, and that we're at an 8-year high in domestic oil and gas supply. Now, you just hinted at some of the reason behind this, and you say it can't be attributed to anything that he did as president because they were private leases. But does the fact remain that right now we are at an 8-year high in domestic oil and gas supply? Is that true?
Yes, that is true. That is true. But we're at an 8-year high at 5.6 million barrels per day. We've produced as much as 9.5 million barrels per day in prior administrations. But most importantly, do you remember when Barack Obama was first elected president and he said, we can't drill our way out of this? If we put a drill bit in the ground right now, it could be 5 to 10 years before we see any of the oil hit our refineries. He said that himself. So if we use his own words, there is no way in 3 years the oil that he's seeing right now is from anything he's done.
Well, let's answer the other basic question, which has to do with drilling. If we were to ramp up drilling, we all remember during the last election, Sarah Palin saying, drill, baby, drill. And, President Bush opened up the continental shelf leases. That's something that the president has not tapped into. If we started drilling more, would oil prices and gas prices subsequently go down?
I think they would, but I'll tell you, it's more than just drill more. It's all of the above. And when I say all of the above, I don't mean geothermal, solar, wind, and algae. I mean drilling. We also have to approve natural gas. We have to have a natural gas agenda. And we also have to have the EPA get on board with a blending requirement, which I've talked about time and time again on Fox News. There should be one blend for gasoline across the whole country, not 100 or 120 boutique blends that are required by the EPA. And then there's that secret bullet, that silver bullet that he says there isn't. There is a silver bullet, and I have it, and I'll give it to him, and I'll give it to him specifically or Stephen Chu, but nobody else.
I'm going to steal it from your office and you can give it to me.
See this? It says
Eric,
drill here right now on this flag.
Thank you.
Right there, drill here.
I mean, clearly, the president knows that this is one of the remaining issues that he has to deal with to get off of people's minds, and he's trying to.
It's the big one.
It is.
It's
Eric, thanks. We will be